Welcome back to Forces Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about Meten, going with the ticker METX. Basically, they are a leading ELT service provider in China, delivering English language and future skills training for Chinese students and professionals. Through a sophisticated digital platform nationwide network of learning centers, Meten provides its service under three industry-leading brands: Meten, ABC, and Likeshuo. Superior training quality and student satisfaction is underpinned by cutting-edge technology deployed across the business, including AI-driven centralized teaching and management systems, which record and analyze learning processes in real time. We did talk about METX before. That was back at the end of September, almost a month ago. If you would like to watch that video, please feel to do so. It's in the description below. But a quick overview on the presentation to kind of give you a bit of a feel of the company. So the first company overview here is that they are giving or providing English and future skills training for Chinese students and young professionals. They're the #1 omni-channel general for adults ELT players in China, whether in online ELT or retail/offline. And you're able to see they have more than 1.1 million registered users, around 16,000 online teachers, around 45,000 students enrolled, and around 113% revenue CAGR between 2016 and 2018. They have around 36 cities reached, 13 years of operation, 73,000 enrolled students, and 149 learning centers. So the omni-channel here basically goes anywhere between online and offline. It's very flexible in that sense, and it's able to provide a large range of services. So overall, you're able to see how it compares with other different companies, such as marketing expenses as a percentage of revenue. They're only using around 30% of that compared to its peers, where it even uses up to 110%. 0.7% out of their percentage of revenue. Their EBITDA margin is actually positive, which, as you get to see with the three chosen companies to be compared with, are negative. And your CAGR of between 2016 and 2018 for just general revenue growth is around 33.3%. Meanwhile, their online revenue is still booming around 112.7% CAGR, separate from their adjusted EBITDA, which is around 190.1%. Although their overall offline revenue CAGR is 28.3% for 2016 to 2018. You're able to see as well the kind of the milestones they've gone from 2006 all the way to 2020, and the last one was the expected consummation of the combination with EdtechX back in 2020. And they do have some investments highlight, but we're gonna skip that because we did talk about that in depth last video. The last thing I do want to go on is the growth strategies. So the growth strategy goes into 4 different realms. First, maintaining sustainable growth of online businesses, further expanding offline network coverage, and enhancing and diversifying education services offering, and selecting or pursuing strategic acquisition and partnership. So they currently are anticipating around, or at least still going on for the 78% CAGR. And as you get to see here, they're trying to estimate for 2021 to reach future expansions of around 215 to 250 point bases. And in terms of their overall growth in terms of tiers, so they divided their entire reach to tier cities. So they're trying to anticipate to go on to tier 3 to 4 cities by 2022. The full age coverage that they're trying to go for is between 3 and 18, so anywhere from juniors to almost adults, or adults depending on which country and what culture you are in. Anyway, so you're able to see that overall, some of the highlights and everything in between, the company has seen a really nice growth in recent history, but the recent massive volume surge isn't really attached to this presentation. In terms of the latest news releases, the last one was actually on September 1st, where they announced the adoption of new initiatives to develop blockchain and cryptocurrency business. August 31st, 2021, they also mentioned exploration of corporate training, marketing, and increasing the market presence. And before then, they were a little bit quiet. They did also talk about their minimum bid deficiency, where they do need to meet that minimum bid. And that one was mentioned to them back in July I believe July 4th, July 7th, my bad. And they're given 180 days to reach there, which means they have to regain compliance by January 3rd, 2022. How to regain compliance? You got to be above $1 for every, or closing above $1 for a minimum of 10 consecutive days. And so that is anticipated to have, or should be completed by January 3rd, 2022. In terms of stock quote itself, you're able to see that the stock is below that $1, even with the push received today at around 24.71. With really high volumes, it still did not see that. In terms of institutional buyers, there's not a lot of activities here that we get to see. The last one was on the 19th of October, where they liquidated their entire position. The one before was the 17th of September, where Virtual Financial added around 140,000 shares. And you do see some backings such as RG Educations with 5.2%, Azumit Investments 5.63%, and Vedran Colloquet Benjamin 3.9%. In terms of short interest ratio, there's around 0.10 days to cover here. More than half of the volume is going towards the short volume side. The short flow only shows around 3.79, but this is not updated on day-to-day basis. But out of that 300 million volume shares being traded, around 150 at least is gone towards the short volume side today. You're able to see that selling has really cornered today's volume. And before moving on forward, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on for this channel. It helps my channel a lot. And don't forget to drop a like if you've actually enjoyed this video so far. And you can join our Discord where you can suggest the next video's topic and see a lot more things that is totally free. Let's move on towards technical analysis. From a technical analysis perspective, there's a few key things I do want to talk about. First, the moving averages. The price point is currently hitting that 50 SMA, which is an important part above the 50 SMA. It's bullish. 50 SMA line is at 40 cents. Currently, it's around 38 cents. EdtechX doesn't show much movement. It really shows it's more of a sloppy thing. The willing percent R, which is very similar to the RSI, is showing this one is borderline overbought, suggesting that there's a lot more buying activities today than selling. The MACD has gotten more of a push upwards, a positive pulse. As you get to see here with the histogram, and momentum gone from negative 0.02 to 0.06. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, you're able to see both of them are actually climbing upwards. That's a bullish thing to consider. They're currently gaining some momentum there, trying to recover. And in terms of the averages and volumes in general, volume is a record today. That's a massive day for it. It's such a shame that there's not a lot of a push here, mainly probably towards the short volume side. Half of the massive record volume is gone towards the short volume side, and that's insane on its own. But we do have some bit of good news here. It's currently above the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands is between 36 and 29 cents, and really suggesting that it can go ahead and continue further on with the push. It really broke a really strong resistance that I'm going to cover here in a sec. But first, the Fibonacci retracements resistances are 45 cents, 55 cents, 63, 71, 83, and 97 cents. Meanwhile, the support is at 28 cents. But this very strong resistance I'm talking about is easily at the 35 cents. It really broke that and became a support. And then the other support closer to it is actually at 38 cents. And if we were to consider lower supports, we're talking about 34 cents and 31 cents, and then down to 29 cents or 28. Resistances, there are a few it's having problems with. 39 cents is currently a resistance, and then 40 cents. Above there, around 45 cents or closer to. 50 cents is another critical resistance. 56, 63, another very hard one that's going to be able to, might break, but it's going to be very hard to break. 75 cents, then 80 cents, and then up to the $1. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think is going to happen here? Well, it is very clear that this one is playing a lot strongly in momentum. It has potential. Today's volumes were really obliterated with short volume sides, and this stock is really struggling with that. There's a lot of selling people that bought from 28 cents or even yesterday and are exiting the stock, or even just short volumes. This stock is really being dragged down and it's going to be a tug war. So far, it looks like the short volume sides or selling, or short volumes, short selling, all combined are winning than people buying for the longer term or just buying as longs. So that is a critical thing. Share the word. Make sure you subscribe to this video or this channel, like, and mention down in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen here? Have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.